Hey GovConners, Steve Graff here. If you ever wanted to see what government contracts actually pay and what kind of profit you're talking about on government contracts, in this video I'm going to show you some real world examples of contracts that I've done just in the last several months, bids that I've won, contracts that I've executed and delivered upon. I'm going to tell you straight up, these are selling products to the government. These are not cleaning contracts for a year or construction projects or a new roof or a new fence or selling an aircraft carrier to the Navy. These are typically micro purchases. They are small purchases made by the government, different agencies across the country that I've won the bid on, performed on, delivered upon, sent them an invoice and got paid. I keep getting these questions over and over and over on Facebook and on YouTube and in Messenger, and so I thought it's not scripted, I'm not prepared for this, but I'm going to pull up a few of them, I'm going to show them to you, I'll show you my purchase order, I'll show you the invoice that the customer paid, and we'll do some math, and I'll show you the profit that I've made on 3 or 4 deals that I've done recently, just to give you a real world idea of what's going on out there in the GovCon world selling products to the government. Now, before we even get there, click the subscribe button, click the notifications, click that little thumbs up thing. You know how to do it. Subscribe to this video, help me out here. The more subscriptions and likes I get, the more motivated I am to do more of these videos, helping you learn how to do government contracting better every day. So hit that subscribe button, help me out. So let's go take a look at a couple of orders that I've done recently. This first one I'm going to pull up is for some clear sling bags that I sold to actually to a National Guard unit. There were 4,225 sling bags. Now, the sling bags, those are like the new version of fanny packs. Instead of putting them around your waist, you hang them over your shoulders. Kind of goofy. I'm a little old. Maybe I'm a boomer. I don't know. But 4,225 of them. My cost on those, let me give you an idea what I'll show you right here what my cost was. $4,683.41 was my cost. Let's get that on a little calculator. What do you think? So 4,683.41 on that calculator. Now, I'm going to show you the invoice that I sent to my customer for these same clear bags. They paid me $9,252 minus $9,252. My profit was $4,569. Now, I want you to understand something. When I won this bid, I spent 10 minutes putting a purchase order together, emailed it to the factory that made the bags. That factory then produced those bags, packaged them up, shipped them to the National Guard unit. The National Guard unit received them. I sent them an invoice, and within 30 days I had my money. Once I won this bid, I had 10 minutes invested in this entire project, sending that purchase order over and then typing up an invoice. It's that easy, especially on these sub-$100,000 contracts. The government makes it easier on the smaller dollar amounts. Let's look at the next one here. This one was for, there were 1,500 small canvas totes and 3,000 large canvas totes to a city in the South. We'll call it a city in the South. My total cost on those was $5,256. Put that on the calculator. Now let's go look at the invoice. Here's the invoice. Yeah, that city in the South was New Orleans. My total invoice to them was $7,470. So pull that back up, minus $7,470, $2,214 profit. Not awesome. I'm not retiring on that. But once again, once I had submitted my bid, I won the contract. I've got 10 minutes invested in this project after that. It was quick, easy, send a purchase order. Once it's done and delivered, I send the invoice, I get paid. Quick, easy money on those smaller contracts like that. Let's move on to the next one. I've got 4 of them here. So this one is a little bit different. This one is from a government agency that I had won a couple of bids for earlier in the year. In mid-September, he called me out of the blue and said, "Hey, Steve, we've got to spend the rest of this marketing money before the end of our fiscal year." So before October 1st, they had to spend some money. He said, "I want these earbud cases with our logo on them. Can you do them?" I said, "Absolutely, not a problem." He said, "Okay, send me an invoice today because I have to pay it in time to get the report done before the fiscal year ends." We haven't even placed the order yet, and he wants an invoice that he can pay that day because they have to spend that money or they lose it for the next fiscal year. So let me show you what we did on this order right here. So he orders 1,700 of this particular style AirPods case, and he ordered 2,500 of this particular style of AirPods case. Total out of pocket for me, my cost on this order was $6,923. Let's put that in there. $6,923 is my cost on this order. Let's look at the invoice he paid before he ever even placed the order. Here's the invoice. He paid me $9,919. So let's look at that. Minus $9,919. I made $3,000 before I even placed the order on that one. That was a little unusual. But still, it was 10-15 minutes worth of creating a purchase order and then creating an invoice when the product's delivered. Quick, simple, easy money. There's $3,000. Now, I saved the best for last because this was a little bit different. This was an actual full-blown RFP I had to produce. It was probably 15 pages worth of proposal that I submitted. And this one, I won the RFP. I won the award, and it's for a 5-year contract with a set dollar amount over that 5 years. Well, once I won the award, they sent me their very first purchase order based on that BPA, that blanket purchase agreement that I had won. They were ordering 5,000 t-shirts. On this particular order, I ordered the t-shirts, sent them to a decorator, had them printed, shipped them to the client. Once again, I've got 10 or 15 minutes involved in that process, creating the purchase orders. The decorator or screen printer ships them straight to the customer. They receive them, they love them, I send them an invoice, they pay it with ACH so it just shows up in my bank account. Here's my cost, $31,550. Let's put that up there, $31,550. Here's what I sold them for, $52,000. That's a $20,500 profit. Once again, 10, 15, 20 minutes worth of work on the purchase orders and invoice. Now, in all justification, that particular RFP, I did spend some time working on it because there was a list of about 20 products they wanted pricing on as part of the RFP, and it was a full-blown RFP that required table of contents, executive summaries, capability statements, technical advisories on how the products were going to be provided, the whole deal. Was it worth it? I think so. I probably spent 4 or 5 hours putting that RFP together and getting it submitted. I got another 15, 20 minutes doing this first order, and I've got 4 more years on this contract working on an order form right now for some other promotional items. So here's 4 good examples of the profit you can make selling products to the government on these micro purchases and the simplified acquisitions that are sub 100,000, sub 250,000 on some of them. So it is worth it. It is real world. You can make money doing it. If you have any issues or questions, hit me up in the comments. Like, subscribe, hit that, whatever that little bell does, do that too. Make sure you do all the I's and cross all the T's and help me out on this YouTube channel. Look me up on Kizzy Parks' Facebook page. I'm there all the time, and I like answering questions, and I like asking questions because I, like you, am constantly learning in this GovCon business. You never know enough, so keep going at it, keep learning. Let me know if I can help, and go have the best day ever.